George Shaw Nature Preserve, that's a long, nice walk, it gets closed.
City of Herman Park's open.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you can't use shelter houses, you can't use
No.
picnic
Yeah.
table.
You can.
Yeah, oh yeah, you
Keep it
can.
under 6.
Really?
Yeah.
You could
We
go
can.
through
well,
the
Mark said you
drive-through
can, so you
Cowgirl
can.
Oh, I thought they had said, yeah, Mark, yeah, I got the city administrator told me I could.
Hmm?
Hey, chief,
Steak
Thursday, Pavilion
talking
North.
about-
Mark, you take it.
Alderman arrested for use of city park. 90 feet.
Let's stand, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, everyone, for coming. Everyone is all, there's only 10 of us, but we're here in spirit and we're ready to go. I'll start with the mayor's report. It's not too long this time, so I'm sure that's somewhat helpful, but as of today, Gasconade County had 2 confirmed COVID-19 cases, 1 active, 1 recovered, and no deaths. It's been this way for 10 days probably, which is fantastic. Local citizens and businesses are doing a great job of shutting down unnecessary travel and unnecessary socializing. Please maintain your efforts to comply with all social distancing orders. It is clear what the health department hopes to achieve, and that is a reduction of personal interaction at places of common public accommodation. I am proud to report that a great many restaurants, bars, and other businesses in Herman continue to do a good job in limiting their business activities. Thank you, Herman merchants, for quickly adapting to the recommendations of our healthcare professionals. Without having to be required to do so, this shows your deep concern for your fellow Hermanites. Thank you again. The city took ownership of the present testing site at the old Medical Arts Clinic on 6th Street on April 6th. And on April 7th, we had a fire, which our terrific Herman Fire Department quickly put out. Coronavirus testing was not interrupted. It continues to be conducted at the site by the HADH. On April 9th, Governor Mike Parson ordered all public and charter schools closed until next fall. This was a decision that had already been made in several regions and now is statewide. Even with buildings closed, learning will go on. School leaders are being asked to be creative, innovative, and persistent in their pursuit of remote teaching activities. The city's campground and the city basketball courts, tennis courts, pavilions, playgrounds, baseball, soccer, and football fields are closed until April 30th, 2020. However, the city park will remain open for people to walk, jog, exercise, celebrate their engagements, and engage in other activities and wedding as well, may be done on an individual basis without violating the latest guidelines. Let me go over that again. Can't have a wedding in there. I guess you could if you don't have more than 10 people. But anything else that's a singular activity can be done. City implores parents to restrict the activities of their children to ensure their compliance with this notice. Thanks to everyone for your cooperation. The city has also ordered the closing of Herman train station and the public restroom facilities in all parks and city properties. Some good news, the AT&T cell tower construction actually began today. Our electric department was up there moving some wires so they could get equipment in tomorrow because that's when they're going to schedule to start drilling. The new cell tower will be located on St. George Cemetery Hill. I don't know exactly when they'll be finished. They didn't tell us that. It's up to them, I guess. More good news, Herman sales tax figures for the first 4 months of 2020 are in, and amazingly, we're the same or a hair ahead of last year. We're just a little bit higher, but we are higher. Last year was a record year. I'm glad to see the sizable drop we were afraid of didn't happen yet. We will probably see it soon, but this is better than I thought, and gives us a little cushion. I think our strong grocery, general merchandise, and construction business are helping a lot. People are buying items in Herman and not driving to other cities. Keep that up, please. I know our merchants appreciate that. Also, our under-discussed manufacturing businesses are still strong, and they are still paying workers who are spending their wages in Herman and not driving to these nearby cities. Last week, I reported that statisticians forecast our statewide case peak to occur on April 19th. Later that same week, Governor Parsons suggested we might have tough times through May. Today, the latest forecast shows our case peak may occur between April 20th and 27th. Every time anything changes, these numbers change. Back and forth and back and forth, so please don't get discouraged or elated by reading them. No one really knows. All in all, Herman is in remarkably good shape at this time, considering everything that everyone else is going through, and including ourselves. We must continue to stay focused on the details of stay at home, social distancing, and the self-imposed isolation necessary to keep our community safe. We're all in this together, and together we will get through it and come out stronger. Thank you, and have a wonderful weekend coming up in the next month or so until we get to the 27th. And that's my report, so thank you very much. Now we have a proclamation for Line Worker Appreciation Day, and Mark's going to read that.
Very lengthy.
Well, he has all the linemen, so it's only fair. Come, please step forward, City Administrator, and read. Yes. Give it your best shot.
Sure. A proclamation designating April 13th, 2020 as Herman Line Worker Appreciation Day. Whereas the City of Herman Electric Utility is a valuable community asset that contributes to the well-being of local citizens through local community control and self-determination, consumer and community service, economic development, environmental protection, and safety awareness. And whereas the profession of line worker is steeped in personal, family, and professional tradition. And whereas the City of Herman's line workers have a deep commitment to our community, often going beyond keeping the lights on, including educating students on electrical safety and coordinating and performing valuable local community service projects. And whereas the City of Herman's line workers are community first responders in the wake of power outages caused by major winter and summer storms and other catastrophic events, working to make the scene safe for other public safety personnel. And whereas the work of the city's line workers not only includes providing reliable power for our own community, but also responding generously to assist in staffing needs for neighboring cities and states. And whereas the city's line workers' part in providing reliable electricity for our community is more important than ever as more workers telecommute, conduct online meetings, and otherwise rely on electricity to get the job done during the coronavirus pandemic. And whereas the second Monday of April is designated in state law as an annual observance of Missouri Line Worker Appreciation Day by the people of Missouri. Whereas by the Mayor and Board of Aldermen for the City of Herman desire to express their heartfelt appreciation to all those who so diligently serve to ensure that electrical power continues to flow to the homes and businesses of this city despite severe weather and system malfunctions. And now it's yours.
Now therefore why don't you put your name in here, Mark? Dr. Robert C. Kerber, Mayor of Herman, Missouri, hereby declare April 13th, 2020 as Herman Line Worker Appreciation Day in support of the contributions of the brave workers who keep the power on and protect public safety, and urge that all citizens take time to reflect all the benefits they receive from the dedicated service of the city's line workers, and that they take all opportunities to express appropriate appreciation to these public servants as circumstances may permit. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the official seal of Herman, Missouri, to be affixed this 13th day of April, 2020. That was so long that it took two people. But congratulations to the line workers, and we'll make sure Mark will get that so they can see it. And I don't guess we could even make a copy if somebody wants it, so.
Sure.
Next item is an ordinance, and I guess Dave is,
City Administrator report.
oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You did so much there,
I
I
thought
didn't
maybe
want
I was getting done.
no, I didn't want to have to get you right on here again.
Gonna stand up
Thanks,
again.
Bruce.
I'll stay right here.
Okay, City Administrator report, sorry.
During this pandemic, the city's public works staff are still working. We are taking the necessary precautions and doing our best to serve the citizens of Herman. I'll just give you a little brief rundown of what they're doing. The park department's been mowing and trimming the park property. Also, they've started work on the pool house and equipment. They plan on having the pool ready so that when it can be opened, there will be no delay. Water, gas, wastewater departments have been installing gas lines on West 14th and Seattle, and they have been using the back truck to identify water lines for replacement. Street department's been cleaning storm drains, replacing culvert pipes. They've also helped the water department with the water line project. They have been installing flood route signs, tree trimming and mowing. And our line workers has run the primaries at the transformer at the Herman Farm, completed a system tie at 16th and Jefferson, moved the capacitor bank at Gathie, installed a service and transformer in Seattle, and help with an electrical board, and are working with the cell tower installers. Just a couple of things, what I'm doing, the city finally closed on the hospital clinic building on West 6th. As the mayor mentioned, that was on Monday. It tried to burn itself down on Tuesday, and I have an alibi. We have 90 days to demolish the building. I've been in contact with the contractor, still waiting for him to call me back. Also working with the engineers on the airport grant and on the water main replacement program for the Department of Natural Resources, and continue contact with FEMA on the last flood and helping with the budget when needed. That's my report.
Thank you, Mark. Have you talked to anybody at the hospital, Dan or Dr. Rothernick, about alternative sites, because they may have to move that?
I have talked to Dan about that, and I told him I would give him plenty of heads up on when that contractor may be in to take that down. He said that they've got a plan B. He didn't tell me what it was, but they have some alternate plans in place.
Well, Dr. Rothernick didn't, we have a phone conference every Thursday at 1 o'clock with the health department and all the people, and it's good for everybody to know that. The commissioners and all the ambulance and emergency services people and everybody else in the entire county is on that conversation. And Dr. Rothernick didn't know that Dan had already talked to me about it and talked to you about it, so they were gonna get together and kind of get some ideas, so.
Okay.
And you'll get that call. Okay, now, we can do the ordinance? Okay, ordinance please.
All right. On for second reading is bill number 2020-08, an ordinance to approve a municipal services and material contract by and between the city of Herman, Missouri and Englert Contracting LLC for installation of a metal roof on the pool house.
I move Bill 2020-08, second read.
We have a second.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion's carried. That is the second reading, so that becomes effective now. Resolutions, do you want to take that one, Dave?
Okay. The first is a resolution to ratify and approve the mayor's March 25, 2020 order suspending utility disconnects and waiving late fees.
I will move to approve that.
We have a second? Second. Alderman Cox has seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any opposed say nay, but thank you. All right.
And then we have one more here. A resolution to ratify and approve the closing of certain city facilities and properties, mentioning the park facilities that the mayor just mentioned a few minutes ago in his report, and also closing the building at the train station. But to clarify, we're still expecting Amtrak to stop there and passengers can still get on and get off the train at our train station.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay.
Now, second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay.
Could we make a clarification so the public knows that that's only till April 30th?
Well, all that, both those resolutions are, is that one till April 30th, Dave? It is.
First one didn't go
Yes.
And the first one is until
we say it's okay.
we say it's okay. Okay, to
Right,
clarify, that is, the first one is until we overturn it or do away with it, and the next one is until April 30th. So, thank you.
And then if it would have to be extended,
We'd extend
then
it.
we would extend it.
All right. Okay, is there any old business? Is there any new business?
I do have one item. 5 years ago tonight, I was sworn in for my first term as an elected alderman. I was actually in for a couple months before that, but something else happened that night. We got a new chief of police that night. Marlon Walker, it's his 5th year anniversary tonight. Congratulations, chief.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief, very good. Thanks, Dave. That's good. Any other new business? Okay, we don't, if we have citizens' comments, they'll come in via email, and we will address those tomorrow or so, so we don't have any citizens here. Motions, we have the minutes to take care of, and what's your wishes on that?
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Motion's made and seconded to approve the minutes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Minutes are approved. Invoices for payment.
Make a motion, we pay the bill.
I'll second.
We have a motion made and seconded to pay the bills. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion's carried. Employee health insurance renewal. Trish, do we know what that is?
Yes, so last year was the first year that, our grandfather plan was no longer available, and so we, went on the chamber plan. Which all you have to do to participate in that is be a member of good standing in your local chamber, which we are. And so it has proved to be, really good. We only had a 4% increase, last year. I think everybody's happy with the plan. It's gone very smoothly. It was for an 18-month, so a year and a half, renewal that first time because they want to get us on they're on a fiscal year, and our old insurance was on a calendar year. So this year it's a 10% increase, but I've been told that is because of the 18 months. So going forward, if we don't have a big change in our demographic, our broker expects that will be less. Even though that's not really out of line. Like I said, last year was wonderful at only 4, but the prior years were 15, 8, and 12. So 10 is really reasonable. We're actually pretty happy with that. Nothing really in our demographic changed. Yes, so the city, I'm hoping, will continue to absorb everything on the employee except $50, and then the city and the employees split the dependents on those plans, so the employees will absorb a small increase as well.
Okay, well, thanks for the explanation. Do we have a motion made to accept that?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion made and seconded, Alderman Fairber. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion is carried. Municipal Corporation quitclaim deed for Shawnuth Enterprises LLC. What is the quitclaim deed, Dave or Trish or somebody?
Well, this is just confirming that the city does not claim any interest in the properties at lots 58, 60, and 62 on East 11th Street. The title company in their title search must have found some conveyance or some document from decades ago where the city of Herman might have been mentioned, and to clear up title, they want the city to now say that it does not have any interest in those lots.
Okay,
So we're not granting anybody anything, we're just saying we don't have the interest.
we're just saying,
Can somebody tell me exactly where this is at?
That's East 11th and Franklin on your map there. It's either corner of East 11th and Franklin.
11th and Franklin. Okay, I mean, I just looked and I couldn't find
Up
it.
from Bing Holder's apartments complex there.
Oh, okay,
On the
okay.
opposite side, up there by Brazil, back in there.
That makes sense.
Okay,
Down shoot.
Yeah.
okay, quitclaim deed, do I have a motion to approve this?
Move to approve.
We have a second somewhere.
I'll second.
Have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. It's approved. Approve, annexed bid for 12 kVA pole mount transformers. Mark, what are those?
And they are transformers that go on a pole.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Yes.
You don't get more simplified than that?
They're not the ones on the ground?
Oh,
Very good. I knew you'd have an answer. Okay, do we have a motion to approve that?
Make a motion, we
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Approved. The transformers on the pole. Public transportation license for Herman Trolley LLC.
have we received all documents required for this?
Yes.
I move to approve.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. It's approved. Destruction of prosecutor files to be entered in the minutes. We do this from time to time, don't we, Chris?
Yes, these just have to be court records, and I did attach the list because some of them are closed records, but it's just housekeeping.
Okay. We need a motion to approve this.
Make a motion to dispose of it.
Okay, very good. Second?
I'll second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion's carried. Ratify Tourism Department graphic designer contract.
Move to approve.
Need a second?
second.
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion's passed. Conditional use permit renewal, Beth Osler, the Loose Caboose, outdoor liquor consumption.
Chief, any objections?
No objections.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion's approved. That concludes the business for tonight. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second.
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Oh, sure, I got it.
Yeah, you got a whole box of them, we're having a They write pretty smooth.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. No, that's fine. Okay.
Can we take that?
You did a great job.
Well, sure.
You can read all the rest of it.
Yeah.